knitted volcano. Good to see you. We've already had a coin. I had a coin just here. Only a modern halfpenny, but oh, just give me a second. Professor Jellyfish, I cannot believe it. The leader of the aspicated pilchards. Can you believe that? Actually, I didn't, Red. I just did like a couple of sweeps. We've got a lump of coal. A lump of coal. RYG, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Philpsy, good to see you. Got something there. Looks like rubbish. It is indeed rubbish. Yay. I've not been naughty, Miss Groucher. Where did it go? Did I put it back in the hole? Must have done. We'll save that there for the coal man. The coal man always comes round. And yeah. That's where you find coal, you see. You have to dig it underneath the ground. You find it randomly and good luck. Who we got here? That'll go nice on crumpets. What, the coal? How does that work? How does what work? You will find something great next, yes. Me and my japes? I don't have any japes. Kane, good to see you. Yeah, Red. I'll tell you what, we used to get the traditional coal, like that, you know, the sort of proper coal. But since the last, I don't know, probably not far off the last decade, we've just had eggs. But you know, the eggs they do, which is supposed to be that dopey smokeless coal. Goodness. Probably more chemicals in that than the normal people coal, you know? Crumpets and clover, nice. Oh, it does, but I don't know. Like, you must have to spray it in some sort of strange chemical to get it smokeless. I don't know what they do with it, you know? I don't think it's the I don't think it's the 100 or so fireplaces you have to worry about, you know, with the pollution. I think it's the factories you've got to worry about, all those morons. But no, they get away with it, so everyone else has got to suffer. You know, you've got to pay a bigger premium on smokeless coal because, well, you know. But the factories, oh no, they don't have to worry. China, well, we bow over to China because, you know, they supply everything, so they can do whatever they like and get away with it. But as for the dainty, tiny little fireplace, nope, not allowed. How dare you? Have you see you put in prison for this? Gets on my nerves. That must be unhealthy though, hiring somebody just to smoke the coal, to get all the smoke out of it, you know. You must have bad lungs. Although, as I always say, smoking strengthens the lungs, you know. It's like, you know, when you eat bacteria to strengthen the immune system. Same sort of thing, really. It's too early in the day to go on an anti-China rant anyway. Save that for later on. Oh dear, it's itchy and it's hot, it's horrible. Absolutely horrible it is out today. My skin's burning off already. Oh, there it is. That's nice. There we go. Very nice indeed. Large buckle. No, it's too hot red. As I say, I've reached menopause now almost, so the sun makes my skin sort of burn off and it gets all tingly and everything. It's horrible. Kane? Is Kane still watching, I wonder? Kane, are you still watching? Oh, he is still watching. There we go. Kane, would you mind messaging Hazel and asking her to come along, please? I wish to be aroused. Hilarious. Yes, I'm here. Derailed train of thought, good to see you. She will be here soon. Not acceptable. She has to be here immediately. Oh dear. All that bending over, not good for anyone. The heck? Am I digging this out? I'll get this rid of whatever this is. Oh, nice. She can have one of mine anytime, Kane. People say some weird stuff, you really do. Another of your streams? Of course you did, derail train of thought, because... Zombie, I didn't sneeze. Did I? Did I sneeze? Can't remember now. A lot of roots here. See? Oh well. Like, this is just like a tin can, an entire can, but I wanted to get rid of it because it's important to get rid of it because, you know, things and stuff. There we go. Well, I got rid of most of it, and I'll leave the rest of it in there for another day because I don't want to make the hole any bigger. So we'll seal the hole up nicely. There we go. Nice. Sounded like it, did it? I can't remember sneezing, but I might have done. It's too long ago to remember whether or not I sneezed now. There you go, it's still in there. We have sheepy wobbles just there. They're drinking what we call water. Very interesting. I know, Kane. I'm sorry. Any luck, Ba? First target of the day, before I started the stream, I had a little halfpenny. Elizabeth the second halfpenny. It's nothing too interesting, but this could easily be a nice coin or something here. And then we had a nice buckle as well. That buckle was nice. Sounds a little bit like aeroplane shrapnel actually, and it's, oh no, it's, look at that. We'll save that for later. There we go, just one of those. The deeper, bigger the hole, the deeper you go. Seems to be the case, yeah. Very good to see you. It's a bolt. Yeah, I like bolts. It's starting to get a little bit more slushy here. Move over to this side of the field, though, just over here, past all the slushiness and away from the sheep a little bit more. Bolt, good to see you. Lamau. I love a little screw. Do. Well, I just found that, so I'll give you a screw anytime. I am hilarity itself. How do people live in my presence with such hilarity all the time? I just don't understand it, you know? YG, good to see you. Josh Facts, okay. The amount of ants on Earth, right? If you take all the ants on Earth, this is true. If you take all the humans on Earth that live now, currently, and all the ants on Earth, and put them in one corner, and the people in one corner, and weighed them up, they would weigh the same. The number of humans and the number of ants on Earth weigh the same. It's true. Sheep facts. Oh, sheep facts. Did you know that... Okay, well this is true. The reason sheep look like that is camouflage. Because from a distance, predators think that they're just clouds. So that's why they don't attack. And they're like, well, I'm not going to run all that way just to, you know, get a cloud, am I? And that is how sheep have evolved to look so white and fluffy. Thank you, no problem, RYG. Hi Jess, good to see you. You are not forgiven, this will go on your permanent record. And how dare you? Just not good enough. No, but chameleons don't know the word camouflage, but they still can go camouflage, therefore same thing. You require tea urgently. Goodness. Absolutely not. I will not. And where is Hazel? You promised me Hazel and she is not here yet. Only because I was going to blow her mind with something. She was going to be absolutely remazzled. Remazzled is a word. Oh. Showering in golden streams. How many men are in there? Do chameleons know the Stan Ridgway song? Camouflage. She has a surprise for me too. Tell her to send the picture on Discord. Thank you. No men. Cat. What? What? Well, this went from creepy to illegal. Like most of what happens to me, actually. Strange. Most of my infiltrations, what are they called? Initiations? No. Well, you get the idea. With the CTX today. Tad, good to see you. My ad is French because you're from a dopey land that wants to speak both languages. Good deep signal here. Good deep signal. It's also about getting vaccinated in French. It's even worse. Well, actually, it's not even worse. Being French is the even worse part. I've not actually had any more messages telling me to get my booster for a while yet. So I probably will get the booster at some point. But then just as I'm on the way to get my booster, I'll probably get like a voice call or something saying, our records show that you haven't had your booster. We greatly advise you have your booster. In which case, if you're demanding that I get something, I am a stubborn individual. Am I more likely to do it? Deep. It's turned into iron a bit. Very small target. I'll do what I like. in technicality, everyone should get the booster. Of course they should, you know? It's just common sense. But being as stubborn as I am, the more someone demands that I do something, the less likely I am to do it, you know? I think there's a word for it, but I'm not sure what that word is. This is a nice little item here. It was nice and easy. Be honest with you, I've had a terrible time the both times I was vaccinated. The first time I was vaccinated, I lost my voice entirely. I felt like I was dying. The second time I was vaccinated, I was okay for a few days, and then I felt like I was dying again. Now, toddler disappeared. Off you go. I forbid you to get the booster. Yeah, that's fair enough, then I won't bother. This is an interesting little target here. This is very interesting, and I have absolutely no clue what it is. There's a beetle on me. Obstinate, yeah, maybe. I have ODD. You will not speak to me like that, Miss Croucher. Yeah, I mean, it almost looks like a little pipe tamper, doesn't it? I've never had a pipe tamper before, but they're quite commonly found little things. But the shape of it isn't right, but the base is correct. It could be anything. I don't know. Something a wick might go through. No. There's no wick area here. No area for a wick to go through. Look, it's solid. Interesting little thing though. I've got no idea. I can stop you as much as I like, Miss Croucher. May have just been mud. That makes sense. Hook from it on a rivet, maybe from a saddle or leather piece that had straps or tie-ons. That's a good idea. Good point there. Could be something like that. Not sure. Sorry, someone's just parked up over there in the corner. And you get quite a bit of fly tipping over there, so I was just staying to see whether or not he was doing anything suspicious, in which case I would read out the number plate on stream, and then you could clip it for me, so I had so I had something to report later on. But I think he's all right. But I'm not entirely sure yet. He might actually be the landowner just checking in on the sheep. Don't know. He doesn't look like that sort though. He looks like quite a younger individual. So, what is fly tipping? Well, you get a load of maggots and throw them out and wait for them to turn into flies. No, fly tipping is where you pull up on a random place. So you can pull up there on the side and just throw all your rubbish out your car, and that's all you do. You just throw all your rubbish away. Yeah, on people's private land. Now, if I was in charge, I'd have much tougher penalties for fly tipping, such as execution. But with the weak government we've got currently, they don't want to do things like that. So, you know. But I've seen all sorts of nonsense chucked out around there. So. And sort of in the countryside, you've got sort of country watch as well, where everyone looks out for each other. It's like a few times people have asked, they say, "Oh, have you got permission?" And I say, "Yeah, so-and-so's the landowner," and they say, "Okay, just making sure." And then we usually have a chat about things that have been found and stuff like that, because you're constantly trying to look out for the landowners and everything. Well, Jess, I'm not joking. If I was in charge, I would have fly tippers executed. I'm quite sure. But, you know. Maybe that's taking it a little bit too far. Let's say second offence would be execution. First offence would be imprisonment. But not these dopey prisons we got now. You know, proper Georgian Victorian style prisons. You know, that's the way to go. Caning. Caning's a nice idea. Good target here, I think. No, you might think I'm a brutal dictator if I was in charge, but in actual fact, I'd have a tier system for it depends on the crimes. So for things like thieving and littering and things like that and stuff like that, I would just have a rehabilitation situation much better than they have now. I'd put a lot of funding into rehabilitation, and they'd be rehabilitated twice. If they re-offend, then they're rehabilitated again. If they re-offend again, then they're put in the general prison. Then we'll have a normal general prison, and then for the worst of society, we'll have a really nasty general prison with concrete beds and bread and water and stuff like that. Thank you, Tats. Yeah, derailed. Well, not report to the authorities. I've had things that are classed as treasure, so that has to be reported to authorities. That has to be reported to a coroner officially. This is always weird stuff. Turned into iron, I think. I know, Dawak, what you mean. And I would have been an advocate of that, but there are a few things you have to consider. There you go, it's just a bit of trash, see? Very small little target. See, now you can't just go lopping off people's hands randomly, you know. Oh, you stole a loaf of bread, off with the hands. You look at the backward countries, you know, if you look at all the backward countries in the world, their crime rates are terrible, you know, because they still live like it's the medieval period. But for those sorts of people, if you have rehabilitation, or a lot of the time it's just because you can't afford food. If I can't afford food, you know, for yourself or for your children, you're going to steal it. Because there's nothing else you can really do if you actually can't afford it. And for those people, they need to have the most support. They don't need to have rehabilitation, because the fact is, if they had money to buy food, they wouldn't have stolen it. But there was two sisters that lived in a cottage. This is a true story. There was two sisters who lived by me. My father knew them well. My nan knew them quite well, and they lived in a cottage, both in their 90s, proper old cottage. And one night, thieves broke in to take all of their belongings, and the one sister woke up, was confronted by this thief, and she died a few days later of a heart attack, basically of shock. And a few weeks later, her other sister died, and because they were both in their 90s and they lived together, she died because she couldn't live without her sister. And what do those thieves get? A year in prison, probably, if they were ever caught. And oh well, maybe, you know, you shouldn't do that again. And do they feel bad about it? No, they couldn't care less in the slightest. Now for those sorts of thieves, yeah, you know, cut off both hands, both legs, let them get around and make their way on a skateboard, you know. Wouldn't do very well on a skateboard actually, because a skateboard needs arms or legs to move it, thinking about it. But that's sort of where my niceness sort of, you know, ends, is when it comes to thieves like that. People who have no regard for anything. You know, some things you might be insured, but you're taking away heirlooms that mean more to you than anything. And they don't care in the slightest. There we go. There we go. Just a bit of trash, I'm afraid. I thought it was quite a good target, but no. That's the thing, Kine, or Keen, whatever your name is. I don't know how to pronounce it, I apologise. But yeah, see, that's what I'm saying about people who steal food and things like that, who genuinely can't afford it. But there's a difference between that and people who are career thieves, who go into people's houses and have no regard for the person living there or anything else. That's two completely different things, you know? Yeah, good idea, Tats, good idea. Now I was thinking about the psychopaths of society, you know, the very, very worst of society. You could tattoo them and make them, you know, make them sort of targets for everyday people. So like, oh look, he's a rapist, paedophile, murderer. Him, look, he's got that tattoo. That means he's free to do whatever we like to him. But then I realised, well, you know, you could just take someone you don't like and give them a tattoo like that, and then, you know, not the best way to do things. But my 4-tier system is the best way to do things, I think. I do have a 4-tier system. I told you the first 2 or 3 tiers. The last tier I won't tell you about, because Tat said it's a little bit disturbing, Josh, and my sister tried to escape. But, you know, I still think I'm a bit of a genius when it comes to world domination. Mastitis tube, very nice. Tats, you're a psychopath. Look at her advocating the use of tattoos to track people down. Rusty Tank, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Yeah. Oh, dear. There we go. I do like a nice mastitis tube in this afternoon now, so. Spartan! Good to see you. Spartan, it's wonderful to see you. Thank you for the subscription. 14 months, you're an absolute genius. End of the wall, good to see you. Hope you are doing fantabulously well as well. Hope you are well. No, I'm actually quite fantastic. I'm quite fantastic indeed. Hello from Spain. Oh, good to see you. Which part of España are you from? I speak fluent Spanish. Yo hablar en español. I could complain about all my ailments, but that's your job. I don't know your ailments. If you tell me what your ailments are, I'll complain about them for you. I'm only joking. I'm not going to complain about other people's ailments, am I? I only complain about myself. And other people, in general. Barely speak fluent English. What is that supposed to mean? I live in Almeria and Granada. I've not visited either of those places. I've been to the seaside ports of Spain, most of them. But when you look at Spain on the map, it's like that big. And the seaside ports make it like that size of it, like going across the edge like that. So Understandable. What if our ailments are you? If you experience what I experience in a day, like if you could just experience a day in my body, you would be begging the sweet angels of death to take you. Guarantee it. Back later. Not good enough, Fred. You have to stay. There you go. Dare you leave me? I like your body too. Oh, wait. No, it's true. It's quite good. Good signal. What's it going to be? Gold, silver? One of those things, I'm sure. If you find gold, will you share it with us? No. Goodness. Just watching me find gold should be joy enough for you. Shouldn't have to share it with you. Dear, dear, dear. Well, it depends how well you pay me, you know. If you're like, oh, I'll give you £100 or €100 for like a gram of that gold, then I would say, well, of course. But in fact, it's just this. It's just what that is there, which is aeroplane shrapnel. We're going down into aeroplane shrapnel territory here, but I thought we were high enough up. Plus, the CTX is very good at discriminating against that sort of nonsense. Strange signal that, because normally it's a nice signal. No, it's not. It's not a nice signal. Whatever that there is. There is a stone here. I'm gonna. Do you? End of the wall. Do you? Unbelievable. I'm gonna put that down there. Because then it's out of the sheep's way, isn't it? See? I am not selfish. I'm one of the nicest people I know. I'm one of the most generous. Did Tats tell you about the... Did she tell you about the gift I bought her? In the antique shop? See? Yeah, it's true. I bought her a gift. I bought her three gifts I think I bought her in total. Do you know how many gifts I got? I don't think I probably didn't get any change out of out of £60. I doubt I got change from £60. Plus the £30 I paid when I went over there for a jumper. And the petrol and the flight. Goodness. I don't think I probably wouldn't have had change out of £1,000 when all said and done. £1,000 is absurd. It's too much. It's a funny reference then. Where is Hazel? Kane, where is Hazel? Come on. I've got a Simpsons conspiracy theory I've got to share with her. She'll be fascinated by it. Thank you very much, Energizer. Good to see you. And you can teach me proper Spanish anytime you like. Oh, Hazel's here. Hazel, are you interested? Wait, what has she said now? Is you gift, and she is more than you deserve. More than you deserve. I disagree. She's all right. She's fairly nice at times, no? I suppose. Goodness. You people. Anyway, Hazel, do you want to hear a Simpsons conspiracy theory? Yes, I'm interested. Adios. That means au revoir in Spanish, that does. See, only us proper Spanish speakers know what it means. But good signal, this, very good signal. Could be a hammered coin. Anyway. Oh my gosh, this is a mastitis tube again. Horrible things, mastitis tubes, I hate them. Goodness. Anyway. The conspiracy theory is as thus. Bart Simpson is a stonecutter. Bart Simpson is a stonecutter. Now, why is that significant? Well, it is. It is significant. In the episode Homer the Great, we discover that there are 2 ways, I believe it is, to get in to the stonecutters. Save the life of a stonecutter, or be the son of a stonecutter. Well, there might be another one as well, I can't remember. Well, early in the series, Blood Feud, Bart Simpson, the one and only Bart Simpson, saves the life of Charles Montgomery Burns by donating to him his very rare blood. In Homer the Great, we learn that C. Montgomery Burns is in fact a stonecutter. Oh, well, what antics we can imagine here. So from saving the life of a stonecutter, Bart most likely got in. Not only that, but when Homer says, remove the girl, Dad, there are no lackeys around to cater to your every whim. Don't you see? And then Bart comes in and salutes him and walks off, removing the girl. And Bart has a lot of respect for his father after discovering that he is the leader of the stonecutters. Therefore, we can deduct from this that Bart is indeed a stonecutter. Plus the fact that Bart Simpson probably should have been expelled multiple times from the school, but because he is a higher ranking, or probably a higher ranking or equal ranking rank to Skinner, that means that Skinner has to go easy on him, otherwise Bart will unleash the full terror of the club. Hazel, how interested are you? How fascinating is that? Hazel's probably taking all of her clothes off because she's just so amazed by the factoid that I just gave her. Preparing to take the photos. Tat, you should be doing the same thing. My Simpsons knowledge is extensive. Ask me any question you like about the Simpsons. Test me. I'm going to get a sipule of water. I am thirsty. Well, I disagree, Jess. The Simpsons is meant to be enjoyed on different levels. In the Treehouse of Horror episode, we actually learn that the Simpsons are in a different dimension to us. That's why we can't see them. The Simpsons is real life footage. It's actual real life footage, yet they live in a different dimension to us. Therefore, in the Treehouse of Horror episode where Homer enters the next dimension, comes down to Earth, and walks amongst us as people, we learn from that the Simpsons are in fact real. I don't like it on any level. Then you are insane. Something the matter with you, Jess. You have to see a doctor for that sort of attitude. I know they do, but there's a very specific one. Treehouse of Horror, is it season 6, or it would make it episode 5? I can't remember if it's that one or not, but it's Homer comes down to Earth. Jess is mean. Dancing, good to see you. How are you doing? Oh, also, there's exciting news from the Twitch point of view. If a hype train starts now, during a hype train, there is often chance for a train to start, and what they'll do is, for hype train scenarios, is they will actually advertise your channel to the front page of Twitch to get more people involved. It's a way to promote the smaller streamers, which is a nice idea. So if you ever want to start a hype train, that's the best way to do it. Kindest individual you know. Goodness. You almost maybe buy a whole new bottle of vodka for you. Curry King, good to see you. We had a nice buckle. We also had a very, very nice halfpenny. And we've also had a very nice thingy-mabob, which I don't know what it is. I got no idea. Which makes a change for me, because I normally can identify things, but I'm not sure on it. So yes, we've had some very nice things. I'm only joking, Jess. Wait, did I buy you that bottle of vodka? I can't remember. This is probably just another mastitis tube, and if it is, I will eat a blade of grass out of anger. Yeah, but that's different though, Jess, because you still had one drink. So, plus, you probably would have expected to have the whole bottle as well to keep. So, like, you know, it would have been fair, it would have been for me to have, you know, a drink of the new bottle, but it didn't happen. So, yeah, it is. It's not a mastitis tube, but it is a bit of rubbish. There we go. But you like grass? Not really. It's a bit... doesn't taste of much, does it? I think Jess is calling me an alcoholic, which I don't think is very kind. Is that what you're calling me, Jess? Is that what you were calling me? Is it? There is no new bottle. Silly. Yeah, well, I probably paid you a bottle in kind, which is the best way to receive payment. I know you didn't call me that, but you were thinking it, weren't you, with that 90% remark? I'm not an alcoholic, actually, thank you very much, Jess. I haven't had a drink for 2 days, 10 hours, and it should be about 52 minutes at this point, I think. I'll have to check when I get back. So, call me an alcoholic indeed. Last thing on my mind. giving context to the viewers. Of course you were. That's exactly what you were doing. But I've realised that my new drinking routine of Monday to Sunday, 14 units Monday to Sunday, and that is all, is quite a good idea. See, Monday to Sunday is my week. Monday to Sunday, Monday to Sunday, Monday to Sunday, and so on and so on. And I can sort of roll over. So if I don't drink for a week, I can roll over to 28 units the next week. I don't know if that's how it works, but it should. I'll write to the board of alcoholics and say, is this the case? Is this how we're doing things? And they'll say, that's a good idea, Josh. Never thought of that. Yeah, you can definitely do that if you wish. Don't think so? How can that... What do you mean, don't think so? I don't understand you people. Oh, yeah. I accidentally bought 5 thimbles earlier. I was very impressed. I won them last night, and they arrived this morning before 1 o'clock. Well, this afternoon, same thing. But, yeah, very impressed. You see, on eBay, if there's an item I like, I always have a maximum price in mind, right? But of course, if something's going to go up, and if something's going to be bought for slightly less than my maximum price, or maybe like a penny over my maximum price, I'll often have post-sale regret syndrome, in which I regret not purchasing something and not bidding an extra £1 for it or whatever, right? And I thought, well, you know, plus the fact that not only that, but I think, well, if I'm not allowed to buy it, I'm at least going to make you pay more for it, right? So I put an extra £2 on these thimbles that were going, 5 silver thimbles, and I thought, well, I'm not going to win, but at least the person who does win will have to pay an extra £2, or an extra £4 rather, to get the thimbles, you know? Because I'm selfish like that. I just want to make people spend more money if they're going to get something that I want. And there's like 10 minutes left. I put in an extra £2, and I was like, I'll never win it. And yeah, I ended up winning it somehow. So I was like, oh, didn't really want them, but that's not a bad price. There's about £10-15 profit in the 5, but problem is it takes a while to get it, doesn't it? Trash. Monkey, there is a Discord. You just have to subscribe yourself, or have some nice person on here gift you a subscription. There's some kind people about on other streams. Miss Croucher was modelling her collection of thimbles for me. 18 she has, 18 silver thimbles. She doesn't know a thing about them. What's Charles Horner? Never heard of him. What's Dorcas? What does this number on the thimble mean? What does this number mean? She won't part with a single one, not even for money. Never seen anything like it before in my life. I'm highly offended, and I think it just isn't right, you know. And I said, well, oh, you've got a. I said, oh, that's Charles Horner there. I said, that's Charles Horner. You know, I said, you've got 2 Charles Horner thimbles. I said, but they're both Dorcas thimbles, which is a patent that Charles Horner made in 1884, which stopped the thimbles being so weak. They have it's a layer of silver with a layer of steel and a layer of silver again to make them tougher. And I said, you know, so they're not as good. I mean, some people collect them, but, you know, not as good as proper silver thimbles. And she's like, oh, which one of those then? You know, which ones might those be? I said, the ones with Dorcas on them. You know, dear. Who's this? Free Coa Self Spurringen. Hello. I should have a look at my thimble. Yes, you should, Native Volcano, and you should send me a picture, and you should, and I'll give you a good price for them. Because if anybody here has silver they want to sell, silver, gold, etc., or even just to have me identify it, I will buy it off of you, or I'll identify it, whatever the case. And if I identify it for you, I'll probably try and buy it off of you as well. As can be expected. Miss Croucher with a whole collection, like a whole drawer full of silver. And I said, you've got a silver pipe tamper. I said, I've been looking for one of those for ages. I was like, oh, have I? What's a pipe tamper? What's a pipe tamper? Oh, dear. It made me sad. Thousands of Festa cases, which I now need, by the way, because I had lots of Festa cases, then a lady came along and bought them all in one go. Could have been you, actually, Miss Croucher. Actually, it could have been you. Goodness. Yes, I will. Well, I was going to use them. So don't use silver thimbles for sewing, Native Volcano. I mean, you can if you want. But people used to dip the ends of them into iron to make them stronger, because they will get holes in them. Which is very sad indeed. But they will get holes in them. Is this just a bit of iron, or is it a bit of lead? I don't know. Let's have a look. Let us examine. Yeah, I know, Native Volcano. Just explained that they do get. Just a warning. Was she very pretty? I can't remember. Not very pretty. As far as I remember, I don't know. I guess if she was, it wasn't you. She was getting on a bit, so it could have been you. But I don't know. Anyway, it's a little piece of lead. I'm not sure what it is. No, seriously, Native Volcano, send me a picture on Discord of your thimbles, and I'll tell you whether or not they're any good. It's a little piece of lead. I'll have to wash it off when I get back, but don't know. Almost looks like a makeshift button. If there's any writing on it or anything like that, that'd be useful. But I don't think there is. No writing on it. Still interesting though. Looks like a weight, hem weight, some such thing. Likely a hem weight. Well, a hem weight normally has 2 holes, but it looks like it has 2 holes, which is broken into one. I want a beautiful 9-carat gold ring with onyx the other night. Arrived yesterday morning. Beautiful little thing. So I was polishing that up. You can actually use silver polish to polish gold. Just makes it shine a bit more. And it's strange, like the smallest little bit of effort, which actually seems to, it's quite enjoyable. I love polishing silver and things like that, because it's enjoyable, you know? You're making a difference, and you're trying to identify it at the same time and stuff like that. Well, the smallest amount of effort like that, and you can ask a lot more money for it. Because people are like, oh, it's dull, oh dear, it's terribly, it's tarnished. It's not worth anything at all. Polish it up. Oh, I'd be happy to pay 10 times the amount that you've originally asked for that. No. Strange what people do. Said it before, I bought a a watch and chain on eBay for £80. Both of them were black, so badly tarnished, they were both black. But they were pretty good pictures, just that the seller didn't clean them. Anyway, they arrived, one with about an £80 bid. And I cleaned them up. Albert chains are always difficult to clean because you have to clean and polish each link individually inside and get all the silver off, all the silver polish. But yeah, I did that. I sold the chain on its own for a profit. Which, when you think about it, it's just ridiculous, you know? A little bit like half-hour cleaning, and you sell one item for a profit, and you essentially double your money just because you put a bit of effort into something. What's this here? Is that yeah, maybe? No. Oh, maybe. Up. Is anyone doing anything nice today? What's everyone up to today? Anything nice? Comments have gone quite quiet for some reason. There's a nice signal here. Putting the finishing touches to it. I was worried the stream had died and no one was hearing me. Nice. Good luck to you, here's a volcano. Good luck to you indeed. Is this it? That's it. Oh, look at that. Le bizarre. Yes, it is end of the wall, but I was just testing people. It's a coiled bit of copper. Rolled up. Twisted. It's unusual, isn't it? Done? Wow. How many pages is your thesis? Is this for a PhD, this volcano? Or a thesis? Yeah, I don't know. Another wire, says Jess, in a monotone voice. Heartless. Absolutely heartless. I told you I was lurking. And let me carry on listening to your voice and oh dear. Oh dear. How much less creepy that would have been had Hazel said it. Or Jess. I need to go and get a passport photo done so I can renew my driving licence. Those machines cost £8. I won't bother. Can't you just take your own picture and print it off? Miru? Miru. Oh dear. Miru, good to see you. Why can't Hazel be the creepy one, you know? Why has it got to be Kane? Quite heartbreaking when you think about it. I mean, goodness. Anyway, yeah. What was the question again? Oh yeah, what have I dug up so far today? Hey, Hukumuru. Good to see you. Hukumuri, sorry. Kane, I don't mind you doing weird things like that, but you know, it's just not as enjoyable. No offense. Being as masculinely heterosexual as I am, you know, of course you understand. I'm incredibly straight. If you had a scientist, actually no. Scientists have made a sphere, right? The most spherical object on Earth. It's incredibly spherical. And if you were to enlarge it to the size of Earth, the biggest deviation from height to depth would be 0.5 metre. That's all. Now, if you were to have that exact same object, but in a line, it still wouldn't be as straight as me. Your bacon? Oh no! But Bacon, I always loved saying your name. Oh, hi Bacon. It just made it all... Just made life worth living. Because it's time to end it all now. Now, someone asked a question of... Oh yeah, what have I found today so far? We've had some interesting stuff, actually. Yeah, well, Jess did the same, didn't she? Jess, you can't be saying things like that. You changed your name as well. You as a family seem to have a terribly, I don't know, blank mind when it comes to usernames. You know, like Tats, she's like, oh well, what can I possibly